माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
कर्मणि कर अकर्म यः पश्येत् अकर्मणि च कर्म यः स बुद्धिमान् मनुष्येषु स युक्तः कृष्ण कर्म कृत् कर्मण्यकर्म यः पश्येत् कर्मणि च कर्म यः स बुद्धिमान् मनुष्येषु स युक्तः कृष्ण कर्म कृत् कर्मण्यकर्म यः पश्येत् कर्मणि च कर्म यः स बुद्धिमान् मनुष्येषु स युक्तः कृष्ण कर्म कृत्
रिक्वेस्ट है स्लोट बोलते हैं इसके थोड़ा दो सेंटेंस में हिंदी में थोड़ा बोल दिया करें आप फिर भले इंग्लिश में जो हिंदी जानने वाले हैं उनको भी थोड़ा बहुत से तो हिंदी जानने वाले होते ही हैं दो सेंटेंस
में होता नहीं
थोड़ा सा अर्थ बोल दिए ये इनको पता तो लग जाए कि क्या श्लोक है
Akarma, inaction. Yaha, one who. Pashyet, observes. Akarmani, in inaction. Cha, also. Karma, fruitive action. Yaha, one who. Saha, he. Buddhiman is intelligent. Manushyeshu in human society. Saha he. Yuktaha is in the transcendental position. Kṛṣṇa karma krit, although engaged in all activities. Translation: one who sees inaction in action and action in inaction is intelligent among men, and he is in the transcendental position, although engaged in all sorts of activities.
कर्मणि अकर्म जा पश्येत् अकर्मणि च कर्मज स बुद्धिमान मनुष्येषु स युक्त कृष्ण कर्म की. I have been requested to simply translate this verse, Hindi. So, जो व्यक्ति कर्म में अकर्म देख सकता है, अकर्म का अर्थ होता है कि जो काम करने से उसको फल नहीं लेता है, उसका नाम है कर्म. तो कर्म, साधारण व्यक्ति जो कर्म करते हैं उसमें जो अकर्म देख सकता है और अकर्म में जो कर्म देख सकता है वही असल दृष्टा है, असली में वही दृष्टा है. इंटेलिजेंट, बुद्धिमान व्यक्ति. द सब्जेक्ट मैटर it's very easy and difficult also. The example is given just like a boy flying kite, and with that what is called reel, he is doing like that. But in one way the kite is coming down and in the other way the kite is going up. And one who is seeing from outside, he sees only the boy is moving the reel. That's all. Similarly, unless one is very intelligent, he cannot understand what is karma and akarma. That is the whole subject matter of Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna was thinking that I am going to commit some sinful activities by killing my kinsmen the other side, my brothers, my nephews, my master, my grandfather, my so many relatives. So he was seeing sinful activity in that fight. So long there is deliberation of sinful and pious activities, that is called karma. Karma has got two results, either suffering or enjoying. Of course, in this material world, there is no enjoyment. But with the hope of enjoyment, we agree to suffer. And that is called enjoyment. It is like a businessman is working very hard, whole day and night, and he gets some profit, say lakhs and 2 lakhs, he thinks that he is very happy, he is enjoying. But actually he is working very hard. But because he has no knowledge, he is thinking that I am profiting, I am making profit. This is my happiness. But in the Shastras, those who are working so hard simply for some sense gratification, especially in Western countries we have seen, this is very factual. Even very old man, he is working very hard, very big business magnate, very big politician, working very hard, and at night he goes to the night club pays $50 for entrance fee, and then he spends for wine and women lots of money. So this is his happiness. Even old man, 80 years old, he is also going to the club. Because in the material world, the happiness means wine and woman, that's all. Janamai thunadi grihamedi sukham mitucham kanyanena karayu riva dukkha dukkham. Prahlad Maharaj said, then the grihamedi attached to this material life, grihamedi. Griha means compact in a room. So, I am the living entity, spirit, soul. I am compact within this body, encased. Or I am encased within this universe. This is also compact. So, one who is attached to this compact position, packed up in the body or within this universe, they are called grihamedi. Apasyatam atmatattvam griheshu grihamedinam. They cannot see what is atmatattva, self-realization. Apasyatam atmatattvam griheshu grihamedinam. So, we are working very hard to become very happy, but that is not possible. That is not possible. We are making deliberation. This is pious activities, this is impious, that is also good. Doing things blindly, that is another thing. But if one has this deliberation, this is sinful activity and this is pious activity, he is better than that. But there is another position which is beyond the sinful activity and pious activities, that is called akarma. Akarma. Akarma means there is no result, either sinful or pious. That is called akarma. And karma means there is result, either pious result or impious result. That is called karma. So, we have already discussed in the second chapter that Kṛṣṇa says that how karma should be done in summarizing. Yajñārthe karma annatra lokayam karma bandhana. If you work for yajña, yajña means to satisfy the Lord, that is yajña. Yajña, the human society is required to perform yajña. That is described in the second chapter. Yajñārthe karma annatra lokayam karma bandhana. Yajñāsishta sino santa mucchante sarvakilnisoi bhunjante te agham papam je pachanti atmakaranat. Therefore, our life should be trained up, educated in such a way that all the activities should be conducted for yajña. Yajña means to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yajñārthe, for his satisfaction. This is Vedic civilization. There, Vedic civilization, the whole Vedic civilization, aim is to satisfy the Supreme. That is Vedic civilization. Brāhmaṇa, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shūdra, the division is there. But the whole aim is to satisfy the Supreme Personality of God. But at the present moment, we are so educated, we do not know what is the meaning of Supreme Personality. This is our position. We do not know even the meaning. We do not know what is Vishnu and how to satisfy him. What is the meaning of yajna? All forgotten. That is not Vedic civilization. Vedic civilization begins by performing yajna for the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord, Vishnu. That is prescribed in the varnashrama. We are recognized outside the world as Hindus. The Hindu word is a foreign word. Actually, India's position or Bharatiya Kristi, Bharatiya civilization is varnashram dharma. This question was put by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he was talking with Sri Ramananda Rai. This Ramananda Rai was governor of Madras under the regime of Maharaj Prataprudra of Orissa. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a sannyasi. Ramananda Rai belonged to the second class. He was not a Brahmin. In Orissa, the Koran, they are accepted as śūdras. So he belonged to that community, Koran community. But he was so learned in spiritual education that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu agreed to talk with him about spiritual advancement of life. So, the first question was that what is the method of progress in human life? Sadha sadhan. So Ramananda Rai gave him the information. Varnasma charvata purushena parapuman Vishnu aradhate pungsha nanna tattosha karanam. Because human life is meant for understanding a position of Vishnu and his position. What is the relationship with Vishnu and how to achieve the highest success of life. Sambandha, avidya, praja. These things are there. The whole subject matter of Vedas are these three things. What is our relationship with God? First of all, we must know what is God. Then we must know what is our relationship with God. And if we act according to that relationship, then our aim of life is fulfilled. Sambandha, avidya, praja. Sambandha means relationship, and avidya means the activities, and praja means the ultimate goal of life. So, the ultimate goal of life is to understand Vishnu, nate vidu. Not nowadays, even informally, there were persons, they did not know what is the goal of life, because it is the material world. In the material world, the sense gratification program is very prominent. But we do not know that by the program, karma, of sense gratification, we become entangled. Therefore, that sense gratification process is regulated. In the Vedas, that is regulated. Just like our sense gratification program is loke babaya amisha madhya seva. These are the very prominent program for sense gratification. What is that? Babaya. Babaya means sex life. Amisha. Amisha means eating fish and meat. Amisha. And madhya seva, intoxication. This is the general tendency of anyone who is in the material world. And in the Western world it is very prominent. In our country it was not prominent But now the program is make it prominent. Eat more meat, drink wine, and work very hard. This is the program going on. The leaders are recommending. There is tendency already. Tāmisha madhya seva, bhavayamisha madhya seva, and if we encourage them more, then they become entangled more and more. The Manu Samhita says, pravittiresham bhutanam nibhittestu mahaphalam. That is general tendency, but it has to be minimized, because in the spiritual position there is no such thing. Even ordinary students who are trying to make progress in spiritual life, they are not interested amisha madhya seva. They are not interested. This is practical. Even these European American boys, they were accustomed to bhavayamisha madhya seva, keeping boyfriend, girlfriend, and drinking, and intoxication, and gambling, and meat eating, everything. They were accustomed from the childhood. But they have given up. Pravittiresham bhutana nidvittestu mahaphalam. There is general tendency. The Vedic civilization tries to control. You have got tendency for sex life, make it regulated by marriage ceremony. This is Vedic civilization. Not that like cats and dogs you meet together and have sex life. No. That is recommended in the Bhagavad Gita. Dharma viruddha kama, which is not against religious principle. That kind of sex life, Kṛṣṇa says, I am that sex life. So, nothing is denied. Nothing is denied, but everything should be regulated. That is human formal life. And that regulative principle begins from the varnashram dharma. 4 kinds of varnas and 4 kinds of ashramas. Brāhmaṇa, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shūdra, these are varnas, Chaturvarnam Maya system. This program is chalked out by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You cannot neglect it. Then karmas will topsy-turvy. Therefore here it is said, karmani akarma japasset. If we regulate this system, Brāhmaṇa, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shūdra, then although they are engaged as a Shūdra or as a Brāhmaṇa or as a Kshatriya or as a Vaishya, still they are not becoming entangled in such karma. That is called karmani akarma. Karmani means there must be result. But you have to make it akarma, no result. No result. And that is bhakti yoga. This is confirmed in the Brahma Samhita. Jastindra gopa mathavendra mahosa karma bandhana rupa phalabhajana maturati karmani niddhati kintu cha bhakti bhaja govindamadi purusam tamang bhajan. A very vivid example is Arjuna. Arjuna acted as a Kshatriya, but he was not entangled in the result of activities by a Kshatriya, because he was doing everything under the instruction of Kṛṣṇa. This is called akarma. If you act the same thing, you may be a brāhmaṇa, you may be a Kshatriya, you may be a Shūdra, it doesn't matter. If you act according to the order of Kṛṣṇa, by the order of Kṛṣṇa, then your karma will not entangle, because or you are doing according to the order of Kṛṣṇa, therefore you are performing yoga. By your occupational duties, you are performing yoga. Because yoga means to satisfy the supreme law. Varnashrama, this Varnashrama program is there to satisfy the supreme according to one's quality and karma. That is called Varnashrama. So, ultimate goal is to satisfy the supreme. That they do not know. This is stated by Prahlad Maharaj. Nate vidu sartha gatin hi Vishnu. They do, everyone is self-interested. But they do not know what is self-interest. Nate vidu sartha gatin. Everyone must be self-interested, that is nature. But they do not know what is self-interest. The self-interest is to approach Vishnu or Kṛṣṇa and satisfy him. That is self-interest. Nate vidu sartha gatin hi Vishnu. Durasaya. Durasaya means by hoping something which is impossible to fulfill. Durasaya ji bahirathamanina. The modern civilization, they are trying to adjust things by material activities. Just like the greatest example is the United Nations. The United Nations is trying to adjust things, the whole worldly affairs, by a United Nations organization, UNO. But they could not do anything because they do not know that how the nations should be united. Nate vidu sartha gatin hi Vishnu. They do not. All their activities are without God consciousness. Therefore they have failed. Everyone will fail because they do not know what is the aim of life. That is the mistake. So, this Kṛṣṇa consciousness movement is trying to teach people that the ultimate goal of life is to satisfy Kṛṣṇa. Either you Kṛṣṇa or God. The Kṛṣṇa is the most explicit explanation of God. If God can have any name, the Kṛṣṇa name is the most perfect name. Because Kṛṣṇa means all attractive. I have explained many times. Unless God is all attractive, how he can be God? If God is attractive for a certain limited person or limited area, then he is not God. Then he will say, our God, your God, his God, that God. But if Kṛṣṇa is all attractive, that is real God. That is Kṛṣṇa. That is being proved. Now Kṛṣṇa is all attractive, all over the world. Otherwise, how in America, in Russia, in China, in Europe, all countries. Recently we have got several literatures printed in Swedish language. We are printing Kṛṣṇa literature almost in all languages of Europe. In English language, in Spanish language, in French language, in Swedish language, in Dutch language, and German language, and then Italian language, we are publishing. And it is being sold like hotcakes, anything. Because this idea, the Kṛṣṇa consciousness idea, is very, very new to them. Kṛṣṇa, God can be talked with personally. One can go to God personally. These ideas were unknown in the Western countries. But that is possible, that's a fact. We can understand from Vedic literature. But they do not know. Nate vidu sartha gatin hi Vishnu, durasayaji bahirathamarina, andhajatha andhairupaniya stepi satantra urudamni baddha. The blind rascal leaders, they do not know. And they are becoming leader. So what kind of leader? Andhajatha andhairupaniya. One blind man is leading several other blind men. So what will be the result? The result must be disaster. That is being done. Therefore, the program is, as it is stated Karmani akarma ja pasyet, akarmani cha karma ja. This is intelligence. How we have to work, but without reaping any good or bad result. That means working for Kṛṣṇa. That is called akarma. I have already explained. In this way, sabuddhiman manusyeshu. If you work for Kṛṣṇa, as the vivid example is Arjuna, he is working for Kṛṣṇa. So you can do also. Simply by fighting, Arjuna was not chanting Hare Kṛṣṇa. Because nowadays in the Kali Yuga, because people are, because they knew the duty, but at the present moment, hello śūdra sambhava. In the Kali Yuga, because there is no such division, everyone is śūdra or less than śūdra. Under the circumstances, the only remedy is to chant this Hare Kṛṣṇa mantra. This is a jagga. This is also jagga. That is stated in the Srimad. Jaggai sankirtanai prayai jajantihi sumedhas. Everything is there in the Shastra. Therefore, we have to follow the Shastra. At the present moment, Kṛṣṇa varnang tisha Kṛṣṇaṃ śāṅgapaṅgāsta pārsvadam jaggai sankirtanai prayai. This is the recommendation for this age. How to worship God. This is the method. Kṛṣṇa varnam tisha Kṛṣṇa. Tisha by complexion Akṛṣṇa. Yellow scholar. Akṛṣṇa. How it is? Akṛṣṇa means yellow. There is a big explanation. This is indicating to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Kṛṣṇa varnam. Kṛṣṇam varnayati. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu simply was chanting Hare Kṛṣṇa, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Kṛṣṇa Kṛṣṇa Hare. Here is the picture. So we are trying to follow it. That was a Kṛṣṇa varnayati. This is the statement of Shastra. Whom we shall worship in this age of Kali. Because according to different ages, there are different prescriptions. So, because this Kali Yuga is very, very fallen, everyone is a śūdra. There is no brāhmaṇa, no kshatriya, no vaishya. Therefore, the one prescription is given there. That Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama iva kevalam kalau nasteva, nasteva, nasteva. It is very difficult to bring one to the Brahminical culture, to the Kshatriya culture, to the Vaishya culture, because everything is finished. And it will be finished more and more. Therefore, the only saving platform is this Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama. Then everyone will be saved. Therefore, we are pushing on this movement. Chant Hare Kṛṣṇa mantra anywhere, and it is become practical. Even in Africa, in the village, where they have got so big, big earrings, they are also chanting Hare Kṛṣṇa Mahamantra. They are also chanting. Therefore, the African government is a little afraid of this movement. Yeah. Anyway, that's a big story. So anywhere, we don't find any difficulty. Either you go in the interior of Africa or Europe, America, we have gone into, we are sending our buses and devotees with books in the village, in the interior village, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted it. Prithivite ache jato nagaradik gram, sarvatra prachar hayon. We are trying our bit. Send devotees, and they are helping. These European, American boys, they are helping me very much. Even the girls, they are also helping. So it is a very good opportunity. So to push this movement, and we are trying our best. So by chanting this Hare Kṛṣṇa mantra, and by engaging yourself in the devotional service, although it looks like karma, just like people say, these people are also collecting money, they are going to sell books, and they are also eating simply because they are dancing, and chanting Hare Krishna, they have become so great. Yes, this is the process. Actually, they have become great. Although it looks like similar activities, that they are also using motor car, they are also using microphone and typewriter and dictaphone and aeroplane, and so everything is using. So how they have become so great or so advanced? This is the intelligence. Here it is said, ja karmani akarmaja passet. Although they are acting just like ordinary human beings, they are using everything. They are also fighting for the land, for Kṛṣṇa, and everything looks like that. But akarmani, that is akarma. They are not producing any result because it is being done for Kṛṣṇa. This is the secret. Karmani ja akarma. Akarma means which does not have already explained. So if you work the same thing, sakarmana, never mind, you are doing the Shūdra's business or Brāhmaṇa's business, it doesn't matter. Whether you are acting for Kṛṣṇa, that is wanted. If you are acting for Kṛṣṇa, then you are not becoming entangled by the resultant action, pious or impious. It is above. Pious and impious, they are consideration of this material platform. In the spiritual platform, there is no such thing, absolute. Whatever you are doing, there is all good, all spiritual. That is called absolute. In the absolute, there is no such distinction. This is pious, this is impious. Everything is spiritual. So you have to act like that. If you act spiritually for satisfying Kṛṣṇa, varnāsama vibhāgasa, sānuṣṭhitasya dharmasya, saṅsiddhi haritosanam. If you can satisfy Kṛṣṇa by your activities, it doesn't matter whether it is śūdra activity or brāhmaṇa activity. But your aim is whether you are satisfying Kṛṣṇa, then it is akarma. Just like in this institution, somebody is washing the dishes and somebody is taking care of dressing deity. It does not mean that one who is taking care of dressing the deity is higher than the man who is washing the dishes. No. They are not karma. By washing dishes, he is executing devotional service, and by dressing the deity, he is also executing. Real point is devotional service. That is called akarma.